It could be said that we are a hub for research and training in the field of science relating to fishery areas. Besides the fishery industry, other training areas are also gradually become strengths of NTU and attract more than yearly 3,000 students, newcomers. With a history of nearly more than 60 years of development, with a team of leading professors and young lecturers, we are currently training in a variety of majors and are leading in the region in some popular fields, such as foreign language, tourism, hotel management, and business administration. I believe that today's seminar is an important event for all of us, as it will provide us valuable insight and information on a topic that is essential for our education and cultural knowledge. Thank for that. We can hear from the lecturer and expert from both university and learn about the two countries' diverse cultural heritage, traditions, and moral aspects. Last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Great Alliance International Business School for proactively suggesting to organize this exchange. I want to thank lecturer and staff who helped organize this event and generously donated their time and expertise to make this seminar a reality. The dedication to education truly is inspiring, and we are very grateful for this opportunity to learn from you. Thank you, all students, from both institutes for your presence and contribution to this seminar. I hope the seminar will go smoothly and successfully and provides you with valuable knowledge. Eventually, we hope that all dearest fellows from India will enjoy Vietnamese culture. And please let us have a chance to welcome you all to visit Nha Trang in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your wonderful speech, sir. And would like to take a minute to introduce. We have our Dean Academics, Ms. Prachi Jindal ma'am with us. Thank you, ma'am, for joining. You took out your time from your busy schedule. We are thankful for that. And indeed, we both are working towards in a common goal of enhancement of institutions and our students through cultural exchanges and through our personal mobility of faculties, mobility of the students. And of course, we will be enriching and contributing a lot to the system. So with these opening remarks from both the parties, I would like to move forward for our first session, that is to deal with which I say as a heart of our seminar, because it is related to the exchange, cultural exchange. So our resource person, today's resource person from both the sides will take us to the journey and shedding light on Vietnam traditions and Indian traditions, customs, cousins, etc., and lifestyles, and what exactly defines our nations. So the first opportunity would like to give to Nahatran University. So please present your country introduction from your side. I would be giving rights to you. So, whom should I give the right?
Can you allow us to share our screen?
Yeah, may I know the name? Whom should I give the right?
From Nha Trang University.
I have given you a right.
Thank you.
We are also not receiving any sound.
Excuse me, can you see our slide?
Yes, we can see your slides, but there is no music or sound.
No.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Um, Good afternoon, lecturers and students from Gita Zarat International Business School. Good afternoon, the lecturers and the students from Trang University. It's my pleasure today to be here and present some information about Vietnam. And hopefully after my presentation, you have a better understanding about Vietnam and the Vietnamese people. So my presentation is divided into 6 parts. I'll start with the history and then move on to our geography, our traditional costume, our values and beliefs, our cuisine, and finally our contributions to the world. And I'll start with the history first. So one of the important thing that want you to remember about Vietnam is that we believe that we are the children of the dragon and the fairy. So Vietnamese people believe that our mother is a fairy coming from the mountain, and our father is the son of a dragon princess. So once upon a time, a mountain fairy met a son of a dragon princess. They fell in love, and they got married, and they had 100 children. So those children are Vietnamese people. And after a time living together happily, both the parents realized that they need to go back to their hometown, so they decided to split their children into 2 halves. Um, 50 children will go with their mom up to the mountain, and the other will go with their dad into the sea. That's the reason why the Vietnamese people all are all presented in all over the country now today. Another point that you may want to remember about Vietnam is that we have a very long history. Vietnamese people is really proud of having more than 4,000 years of building and defending the country in order to have a Vietnam that you can see today. And it's a very interesting fact that if you look at the map of Vietnam on the screen, you can see that we have a shape that looks like the letter S in the alphabet. So if you hear someone saying about a country that has the map that looks like the shape of the letter S, please remember about Vietnam. Our long history is also the reason why we choose the color red for the flag of our country. So the color red of our flag represent our revolution, and it's also represent the blood that of all of the people who has sacrificed their life to protect our country. Also, on our flag, we have a symbol of a golden star with 5 points. These 5 points represent the classes of the Vietnamese people. They are intellectual, or we can say scholars, farmers, workers, entrepreneurs or businessmen, and soldier. All of them contributed into the development of our country. Now we'll move to the geography. Vietnam has a population of 99 million people, and we have 63 provinces and cities, with the capital city being Hanoi City. And Nha Trang University is in Khánh Hòa province. And if you look at the map on the screen, Khánh Hòa province is in the blue area, which is numbered number 36 on the map. So that is where we are from. So here is another map representing the distance between India and Vietnam. And I've did some searching on the internet, and I found out that it's not really far. It's not very far from Vietnam. It actually took about 5 hours of flight to travel from India to Vietnam. So if you have chance or if you have free time, you can visit Vietnam. Okay. Vietnam has 54 ethnic groups, and the King people account for the highest percent, which is 85% among those 54 ethnic groups. Each of these 54 ethnic groups has their own language, and their own traditions, and their own subculture. Okay. As I have just said, we had 54 ethnic groups, so we had a variety of traditional costume, and I'm presenting to you on the screen 4 of the popular traditional costume in Vietnam. The first photo on your left is called áo tứ thân, and you can see Vietnamese people wearing them on the in the north of Vietnam. The second one is called áo bà ba. It's very popular in the south of Vietnam. And the third one, the woman in the third photo is wearing a traditional costume of the Yao ethnic group. And the final photo is a photo of the Ede ethnic group. And the woman in the fourth photo is actually a winner of a beauty competition in Vietnam, and you can see that she's very happy to wear her traditional costume and perform on the stage. Despite the fact that we have a lot of different traditional costume coming from 54 ethnic groups, áo dài has been chosen as our national costume. And the reason is because áo dài is very simple, but it's elegant. And both male and female can wear áo dài. So you can see Vietnamese people wearing áo dài on our special occasion and in a formal occasion. For example, in our wedding ceremony, you see the bride and the groom wearing áo dài. Okay, moving on.
Students are requested to please keep yourself mute.
Okay, moving on to our values and our beliefs. We believe that
Yeah, please carry on.
okay. Okay, thank you. Moving on to our values and our beliefs. Family is a very important factors in Vietnamese society. In the past, family is valued over individualism, but now, with the change in the mind of younger generations, um, is not is gradually changed. However, it's still an important factor in Vietnamese society. But that's the reason why on special occasion of Vietnamese people will usually return home to gather with their family and celebrate the occasion. This belief also explains why Vietnamese people worship their ancestor most. The percentage of people worshiping their ancestor accounts for 74%, 74.6% in our society. Following that, we have Buddhism, Christianity, Hoa Hảo, Cao Dai, and other religions. It's very common in Vietnam whole families to have an altar of their ancestor. As you can see in the photo, we present the photos of our ancestor together with flowers and fruits on the altar. Okay, so here is some of the notifications that I want to share if you'd like to visit Vietnam someday. The first one is that we respect the older. So it's very common in Vietnam when you first meet someone and you ask about their age, because we want to know whether the person who is speaking to us older than us or not, in order to show respect to them. And um, in a Vietnamese traditional meal, the oldest person will be the one who start the meal first, and then other people will start the meal later. Okay. Another important point that you may want to remember when you come to Vietnam is that we don't wear shoes in our home. So please remember to take off your shoes whenever you are entering a Vietnamese house. The third point that I want to point out is that public affectionate gestures is not common in Vietnam. So please be mindful of your affectionate gesture in public. A last thing that you might want to remember when you visit Vietnam is that you need to bargain for a fair price when buying stuff in markets, Vietnamese markets. Okay, here is the part about our cuisine. So as I said, family is very important in Vietnam. So the meal in Vietnam is usually in family style. And Vietnamese cuisine is very famous for a delicate balance of sweet, sour, salty, and spicy flavors with fresh herbs and vegetables. Okay, and as I have just said previously, the oldest person at the table will start the meal first. And then other people in the table will start the meal. Okay. We are very famous for a lot of dishes, but I would like to introduce to you three most famous dishes in Vietnam. The first one is phở. This is a noodle cooked with beef and sometimes pork. Another famous dish is called bánh mì. It's very famous. If you have a chance to come to Vietnam, please try it. And the last one is a type of drink. It's very popular all over the world. It's called coffee. However, the Vietnamese coffee is very different from other country. So please try Vietnamese coffee if you have a chance to come to Vietnam, especially coffee with condensed milk. It's very special. Okay. The last part that I want to talk about is our contribution to the world. Um, the United Nations has acknowledged Vietnam as one of the leading countries in poverty reduction, achieving the United Nations Millennium Development Goals, and contributing to the One United Nations initiative. Vietnam has also engaged in the United Nations peacekeeping mission. And here's the photo of the Vietnamese peacekeepers in South Sudan. We have also made many important contributions to the expanding and promoting cooperation between ASEAN and partners. For example, as the ASEAN chair in 2010, we has worked to expand the East Asia Summit with the participation of Russia and the US. We has also successfully taken the role of the coordinator for the ASEAN-China relations, the ASEAN-EU relation, ASEAN-India relation, and the ASEAN-Japan relations. We also had over 50 years of diplomatic relation with India, and our annual bilateral trade has grown from 200 million US dollar in the year 2000 up to 10 billion US dollar. Um, so with the strong growth in our diplomatic relation, we hope that we can continue helping each other during adversity, showing sensitivity to each other's concerns, and supporting each other's national development. That is the end of my presentation about Vietnam, and I hope that you find it interesting. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Um, Wonderful presentation, and it is actually you have given a very basic view of the country, and the story of your father and mother and sister is really very interesting. We will keep on this. We will remember that story. I'm very glad to announce that we have with us our Vice Chairman, sir, Anirudh Jindal ji, sir. Sir, we welcome you, and it's really it's a proud moment for us that you have joined unexpectedly. Thank you for joining. Sir, would be really thankful if you can speak for a minute or so.
Thank you, Professor Mehjabeen. Thank you, all the dignitaries, students from Vietnam and Indian counterpart. Am I audible, Mehjabeen?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you very much. So I was just going through with the presentation, and it was a wonderful presentation. I must congratulate to the Vietnamese University, Nha Trang University, and our Geeta Ratan International Business School for organizing our first event, the student exchange program, which I personally visited the university and signed the MOU with the professors there. It was a wonderful experience. And regarding my visit to Vietnam, I really loved, visiting country, and it was such a pleasure moment for me in Vietnam, going to Da Nang, going to Ho Chi Minh City, going to Hanoi, and especially I loved Da Nang part. That was a excellent infrastructure which has been created. Sun World, Bana Hills, all these were tremendously, achieved by Vietnamese people. And I'm very much sure the culture of India, respecting the elders, which you have, represented in your presentation, it is absolutely same as the Indian culture, the same which we also establish here with our young generation. I congratulate to all the members of Nahatrang University and Geeta Ratan International Business School for this wonderful and historical moment. And thank you so much. And we look forward to have more such physical interactions in future, wherein your students, your faculty members, and our students and our faculty members can, join together in this momentous occasion. Thank you very much. Namaste to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for addressing us. Now to move forward, our next this session also includes the question answer session. I would request students of Geeta International Business School to drop a question either in chat box or if someone wants to ask, they can ask any particular question with the professor who has presented. And I think a few questions I'm receiving from morning, and I would request the student who connected me few hours before that, ma'am, what about this particular thing in that particular country? So I would request that particular student to please open their camera and ask the question directly. You have the platform to ask the professor, please. Okay, it seems he's hesitant. Student is hesitant in opening the camera. So, okay, it's okay. If you can speak, open your mic and then speak, please. Unmute yourself first.
Am I audible? I wanted to ask that how do Vietnamese people typically spend their free time and what are popular leisure activities?
May I repeat the question? He's asking for the popular leisure activities. What do you like to do in your free time?
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So your question is about the popular free time activity in Vietnam. Is it correct?
Yes, it is correct.
Okay, thank you. In Vietnam, the most popular activity in our free time is to going out and having coffee with each other, especially with our family and our friends. And moreover, we're living in Nha Trang City. Our city is near a very beautiful beach. So besides having coffees with our family and friends, Nha Trang City people usually go to the beach early in the morning to do exercises, or at night they go along the beach to relax and enjoy the breezes from the beach. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So, dear student, is your question? Do you want to ask a few more questions, or is your query done?
Yeah, just one more question that can you describe the campus and student life at your college in Vietnam?
Could you
Can we
please
have a
repeat the
student
question?
yes, student want to know about the campus life of the student. campus life, the college life, what all activities are there, what all clubs are there, how is their curriculum going on, what is the main thing it's related to the uh, life at campus. Would appreciate if there is any student who can take up.
Could you give us a few moments? We're finding the student to answer the questions.
Sure, sure. Students of gifts may raise their hand if they want to ask any question.
Rồi, chuẩn bị trả lời nè. Thank you for
There
your
is,
question. Thank you for your question.
please.
It's about students' campus life. So we believe that is more appropriate to ask one of our students about that.
Yes, my name is Hang, and for your question, um, at our student life is not only are studying in at university, we also doing our to doing exercise for maintain our health to study, and also we are to uh, uh, okay we are attend English group. We so in as university we have English club, so to practice English together to yes to enhance our communication skill. Okay, that's my answer.
Great, great.
Thank you for
Great taken up. And yes, because this is the need of the country that that the country is working on the English enhancement as a part of their language training. And would like to add here one more thing. Like repeatedly, our students must be listening about. They would like to. You are very much liking the favorite coffee. So Vietnam. Produces a very special kind of coffee beans that is robusta beans, which is very strong and having a popular demand in international market. And very few producers are there. Vietnam is among one of that. We have one more question, and I think for that we can take it last. Ankur Singh Shekhawat. Ankur is from LLB. BB LLB. Am I right, Ankur?
Yes, ma'am.
Uncle, please, if you can switch on your camera, that will be great. And please go ahead with your question.
Ma'am, actually, I'm not on my setup, so I won't be able to turn on my camera. Sorry for
Okay,
that.
not an issue. Please ask the question.
Yes, ma'am. My question is that if we look at the Indian demographics, 60% of the population lives in the villages, while the 40% is considered as an urban population. So my question would be that if we look, what would be the demographic for the Vietnam as a country? What amount of population lives like to live in the cities, and what amount of population would like to live in the villages?
Basically, he's asking about the demographics, urban and rural sector demarcation.
Yeah, and what is their choice of living, whether it is urban or rural?
Okay.
Excuse me, can you repeat the question?
The question is, am I audible? The question is they want to ask about the demographics. They have mentioned that 60% of the population, majorly, approx 60% of the population are living in rural sector in India, and the rest of the 40% are in urban area. So likewise, he wants to know what is the fragmentation in your society. What is the number of population who resides in urban area and resides in rural area? Plus, you also want to know the actual preference of the society to live in urban area or in a rural area.
Uh, so, so our answer for the question is that most of the population of the Vietnamese people is in the plain area, because the plain area has a lot more developed. The economy of the plain area is a lot more developed. So most of the population live in the plain area, and the mountainous areas will have less population. Yeah, that is our answer.
Okay, wonderful. So, because of the geographical region, Vietnam is like that. They have some mountain, sea areas majorly, and mountain area and the plain area. So, most of the population want to reside in plain area because, of course, life in hills are really difficult. We can understand that. Is there one more question? Could you please write in chat box because it's not feasible for us to take all the questions on board here. Please write in chat box. You will be replied on chat box so that we can take our sessions further. And I'm happy to see the overwhelming response of the students who really want, who are taking interest in Vietnam. So to move forward, our next session will be to know about the India, and we have Professor Rakesh with us, who will be giving insights on that, and would like to introduce Professor Rakesh Kumar Gupta. Professor Rakesh Kumar Gupta, besides his 8 years of stint in academics, has 38 years of experience in business administration, marketing, technical services, export, etc., in polyester sector or textile industry at different positions. And he held various roles with leading organizations in India. Professor Gupta has done his post-graduation in textile engineering from IIT Delhi Executive Program from IIFT Delhi and PhD in international trade from FMS, ML Sukharia University, Udaipur during his active service period. He has published a number of research papers related to international trade in textiles and clothing. Sir, we welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Can
Sir,
you?
I will be giving, yes, I will be
Yeah.
giving that. Please wait.
Sharing the screen particularly.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible. Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. The students of NTU Vietnam and Gita Artha International Business School, where I have been working for the last many years. This program about exploring cultural and exchange through country information, I believe is going to be a very informative one to students of both the institution. Let me tell you, this particular logo which you are seeing here, this represents the 50 years of India-Vietnam cooperation, which we had completed in the year 2022. And in fact, this is the 51st year which is working. Can we go to the next slide? I'm not able to move the slides. Mazmin,
Sir?
how do I
So
move
my
the?
fellow is, okay, if you want to move, then I have to transfer right to you and you have to share PPT from your side.
Yeah, I'll
But
share
if
from
I'm
my side.
sharing
Yeah,
PPT, okay, you will share from
please.
your side, then I'm giving you right.
I'll show from my
Please
side.
wait. Okay, sir. Make you a presenter, sir.
Yeah, but sharing screen, it is not coming here.
Sharing is shown, sir, by arrow, which is upward on your screen.
Oh yeah, it is here. Yes.
Yes, sir. You can browse your computer from there and then start sharing.
It's okay. Yeah, are you able to see it now? Mazmin, is it visible to everybody?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. We are able to see
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yeah.
Visible to everyone, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
You showed the flag of Vietnam. I was very happy to see that. Our Indian flag looks like this. The top portion is saffron in color, which indicates the strength and courage of the country. The middle portion is white, having a chakra, which is representing the peace, truth, and dharma.
So the
And the
slide is
bottom,
not changing. The slide needs to be changed over. We are
no,
only
is
on
it?
the first slide.
Let me see it. Now is it changed?
No, it has not.
It is not happening.
Yes,
Is it
now it
now?
has happened.
Yeah,
Now it has
okay.
happened.
So this is our Indian flag. The top portion is saffron in color, which represents the strength and courage of the Indian people. The middle portion is the white, which represents the peace and truth. And in the center, we have the chakra, which represents our dharma. The bottom portion is the green, which you can see it here. And this represents our fertility, growth, and auspiciousness of India. You showed us the story of dragon and fairy, how the Vietnamese people were, born. We have in our culture the Manu. Manu was the first man to whom we all were born. Actually, Manu was the son of Brahma, and Brahma had the 14 sons to whom all the Indian generations were born. So I thought, let me clarify the points which you mentioned first before I go into detail. Regarding the costumes, India has got a wide variety of costumes. These all represent our ethnic wear, while the office wears are normally the Western wear, which ladies and gents they wear about. You said about Vietnam has got 54 ethnic groups. You would be surprised to know that India has got 2,000 ethnic groups. In fact, more than 2,000 ethnic groups. And it's a country which is more than 6,000 years old. And in this year, we are celebrating our 75th years of freedom. After giving you this background, let me go back to a little political system and geography of India. India is almost spread in about 3.3 million square kilometer and is divided into 28 states and 8 union territories, which you can probably see it here. I won't like to go through each and individual states, but just to name a few, like Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Jammu and Kashmir, and in union territory, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Chandigarh, New Delhi. These are the names which you keep on hearing. So it's a 28 states and 8 union territories country. Then India's coastline is more than 7,500 kilometers. Its border countries are Afghanistan and Pakistan to the northwest, to the north. To the west side is China, Bhutan, and Nepal. Myanmar on the far east, and Bangladesh to the east of West Bengal. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea, and which is formed by Palk Strait and Gulf of Mannar. The Indian climate can be divided into 4 seasons: winter, which is from December to early April; summer to pre-monsoon, which is April to June; monsoon or rainy season, which is June to September; and post-monsoon is October, December. So currently we are into post-monsoon season. India has got many natural resources. Some of them are coal, iron ore, manganese ore, mica, bauxite, petroleum, titanium, chromite, natural gas, magnesite, limestone, arable land, and you name the natural resource and we have it. The natural hazards in the country are monsoon floods, flash floods, earthquakes, droughts, and landslides. The environmental current issues are air pollution control, energy conservation, solid waste management, oil and gas conservation, and forest conservation. These are our national symbols. This is our national emblem having the 4 lines. The fourth one is not seen here and inscribed with Satyamev Jayate. This is our national pledge. India is my country. All Indians are my brother and sisters. I love my country and I am proud of its rich and varied heritage. I shall always strive to be worthy of it. I shall give respect to my parents, teachers, and all elders and treat everyone with courtesy. To my country and my people, I pledge my devotion in the well-being of prosperity. Alone lies my happiness. Jai Hind. This is the symbol of Indian currency rupee. This is our Republic Day parade 26 January. This I showed you already, national symbol, our national animal, our national fruit mango, our national flower lotus, our national reptile king cobra, and our national bird peacock. We had a rich history of scientific innovations done by a lot of Indian scientists who transformed our lives, and the world celebrates their global impact. To name some of them are C.V. Raman, Homi J. Bhabha, Satyendrath Bose, Meghnad Saha, APJ Abdul Kalam, Srinivas Ramanujam, Vikram Sarabhai, Hargobind Khurana, Birbal Sahani, Subramaniam Charandas, Salim Ali, Venkatraman Radhakrishnan, Dr. Vishweswaraya, Jagdish Chandra Bose, and Praful Chand Roy, Professor Ramchandran, then Santi Swarup Bhatnagar, Harish Chandra, Arun Kumar, then many others. Some of them I have listed their contribution. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was the charge of creating the first satellite launch vehicle for India. Satyendrath Bose, he created the theory of Bose-Einstein condensate. Meghnad Saha, he created the ionization equation. Praful Chandra Roy, he created a brand new substance which is called mercurous nitride. Salim Ali, he invented the systematic word survey. Homi J. Bhabha, who was the leader of India's nuclear program. Jagdish Chandra Bose, he created the crescograph to track plant growth. Ramanujan, who analyzed, created the number theory and finding on the infinite series for pi. C.V. Raman, he discovered the famous Raman effect in physics. Then P.C. Mahabalonis, he developed the second 5 years industrialization plan and Mahabalonis distance, which is the statistical function. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, he created the white dwarf star's maximum mass. Birbal Sahani, who studied the prehistoric fossils and found petrified wood. Raj Reddy anchored the AI systems development. S.S. Abhyankar, he made the contribution to algebraic geometry, and Hargobind Khurana, who created the who made the world aware of how nucleosides and nucleic acid regulates the production of protein. In fact, I would request all the students of Gita Ratan International Business School, as well as this NTU Vietnam, to read about these scientists, which will give them a lot of insight. Because in a short presentation, it won't be possible to dwell upon more on that. This slide represents the Indian economy at a glance. Indian economy has grown at the rate of 8.7% in financial year 22. We have the financial year from April to March. It is forecasted to grow 7.2% in financial year 2023. In fact, we have been growing at the rate of 7 to 8% over almost last 1 decade or 2 decades. Capex means the government plan to invest the money, which is growing every year. In the year 2023, it has grown by 35.4% and currently stands at 200 billion Indian rupee. We have very large export base. Our financial year 22 exports were close to $670 billion, and which is a growth of 44.6% compared to previous year. In renewable energy, in last 7 years, we have created the infra, which is higher by almost 250%. The government of India is giving performance linked incentive to a lot of sectors. 14 sectors government has identified in which almost US dollar 23.8 billion PLI is earmarked. For new manufacturing companies, India gives a concessional tax rate of 15%. In 2018 to 21, 320 foreign companies registered. And as I mentioned about India's historical, invention part, scientific part, just to give you one idea, in 2021-22, the India registered almost more than 30,000 patents. Under our present government, a speed, scale, and spectrum of transforming India under the leadership of our dynamic Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, continues to be there. The world sees a new India The India remains the world's fastest growing large economy. India's GDP in current price increased by 31% between 2013 and 2017, while the global GDP increased just by 4%. India is rated very high on all investment and macroeconomic indicators. I talked about the global shift towards renewable energy. Today, in wind power, India stands fourth, solar power fifth, and renewable energy the fifth in the world. In 2014, we just had 35.51 gigawatt of renewable energy installed capacity, which in the year 2018 has gone up to 73.35. In last 4 years, government has invested over $40 billion in green energy space, and this figure of 73.35 has gone many times higher in the present year. Recently, India launched the satellite in moon. India's most advanced communication satellite GS-11 and multi-brand band satellite GSAT-29 was launched to increase high-speed communication broadband facilities. IRNS 1G, India joined elite list of countries with their own satellite having navigation system, and it is the first Asian country to launch Mars in the orbit mission with Mangalyaan. Having said this, I would like to talk about three sectors of industry. One is the IT and business process management, and the second one is about the auto, and third one is about our agricultural sector. Is this slide visible? The word is in New India, Majibin?
Yes, sir, it is visible. Sir,
Okay,
also I would like to say that we need to keep it a bit shorter and
okay,
we
we'll
should
keep it
move
short. We'll keep
towards
it short.
content. Ji, sir. Okay, sir.
In the year 2021, Indian IT industry had just business of $6.9 billion, which in the current year is almost 19.9 billion dollars the target in the year 2025, and we are already very close to it. This indicates our some of the IT and BPM industry, their market capitalization. Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, SCL Technology, Wipro Limited, LTI Mindtree, Tech Mahindra, Emphasis, Persistent, Oracle, Coforge. This indicates their market capitalization and employee headcount, which is running into lakhs of employees. Automobile industry, India is one of the largest hub of making automobiles. Not only making for domestic sector, India is almost exporting 4.8 to 5 millions of vehicles every year to different parts of the world. In agricultural, in 2017-18, our growth, which was varying in the range of 2.8 to 3.8%, is now exceeding 4.5%. Agricultural growth is gathering a new momentum. India's target is to double the agricultural exports from present 30 billion to over 16 billions. Farmers to get benefit of export opportunity in overseas market and the proportionate benefit also. India is promoting ethnic, organic, and traditional and non-traditional agri-product exports. I would talk about India's cultural and heritage. The cultural heritage information has got a lot of impact on medicine, social identity, health, poverty reduction, tourism increase in scientific knowledge, agriculture, sustainable consumerism, environmental awareness, creative industries, education and learning. And I believe this particular sharing of information between Vietnam and India will be of a lot of benefit to students. The heritage can be divided into two parts, tangible and intangible. Tangible means what you can see, intangible means what you cannot see. Tangible part, what you can see is in the paintings, sculptures, furnitures, wall paintings, historical buildings, monuments, archaeological sites. And intangible part, normally you see in the traditional skills, science, oral traditions, so on and so forth. This is our Gregorian calendar. India is having a sense of pride with the rich religious history. We have all the religions almost present in our country: Hindu, Jainism, Christianity, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islamism. These are some of our heritage sites. Images. This is our ancient city Varanasi, which is said to be more than 5,000 years old as the country. Ujjain, Nalanda, Rameshwaram, Santiniketan are some of other ancient cities of India. Medicine and food, as we talked about the spices of Vietnam trade, we have cinnamon, cumin, clove, cardamom. India is a large producer and user of these in the
Your
medicinal.
slides are not changing, sir. Sorry
Is
to interrupt.
it now visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. I think when I go to full presentation, that does not change. Okay, no problem. Our oral traditions can be seen in legends, folk tales, proverbs, music and songs. The word sees a new India in the yoga. Yoga is inscribed on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in the UNESCO World website. The entire world is celebrating Yoga Day on 21st June with great.
So we are
So
not
you have
able to
muted
listen to
yourself.
you. Kindly unmute yourself, sir. Dr. Gupta.
Okay, yeah. Now is it
Yes, now audible.
okay? So what I was saying, the Sanskrit and Tamil are one of the two languages, are one of the world's oldest languages. We have Tagore, who was the Nobel laureate. He created Santiniketan. Tagore believes true modernism and not really, the purely Western one, and started an experimental schooling in Shantiniketan based on the nature and experimental learning. As you have the great leader of the toiling masses of the world over and the legendary statesman President Ho Chi Minh, we have his statue at Calcutta. Similarly, we have our greatest brand ambassador of the world, and children are taught throughout their studies about the Gandhian's philosophy. Bapu's artifacts were sold for millions of pounds, symbolizing connecting our past to the present. This is one of the lost site, Martin Temple in Kashmir, which is now a World Heritage Site. And with this, I thought of presenting you some of the economy about the India, some of the cultural parts of India. And I think looking to the time limitations, whenever we have the opportunity, we'll talk more in detail about each one separately. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful presentation, very insightful and knowledgeable. You have covered all these sectors, but time was not permitting. And if Institute allows, will invite you again for the presentation. Or Dadrang University may also invite for India Insight to Professor Rakesh, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Moving ahead now, because the presentation on India country information is completed. Now the floor is open for the Nahatarang University's students to ask questions, if any, please. Rakesh sir, please stop sharing.
Okay, okay. 1 minute. All right.
Thanks.
Hi, Professor. We have student who want to ask you some questions.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, my name is Ngan and I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's the study situation in your country?
What situation?
Uh, cur- Current educational in your country.
Oh, current education. If you talk about the literacy rate, India has almost close to 80% literacy rate. India has got number of universities. India has got number of institutions which are internationally famed. Some of them are, hello, like Indian Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Management, All India Institute of Medical Sciences.
Do share about the changing face of the education in light of new education policy that our country has
Yeah, our
recently
country has
announced.
recently introduced the new education policy. The new education policy envisages that you have got the primary education up to certain standard, let's say fifth standard, then you have the junior school, then you have the high school, and then you have the graduation program, 4 years graduation program, followed by post graduation program. And the important feature of this new education policy is, suppose if somebody is not able to complete the entire graduation program and he is going to leave in between, then he gets a kind of certification or a certification. And whenever the time permits to him, he can again join back the course. This is the special feature of the new education policy.
Thank you, Professor.
Any other question?
We have one questions right here.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
my name is Hiếu Hạnh, and I I want to ask your countries is what fields of what fields of India want to focus on future development?
India wants to focus. If you ask for technology, we want to focus on technology. We want to focus on peace around the world.
Technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And focus on technological innovation.
Yes. Yeah.
IT is the field in which we are concentrating. And I believe a lot of Indians are working in Da Nang in IT sector. I believe 8,000 employees are there in Da Nang alone working in IT sector. My dear students, I was in Vietnam for about 10 days, very recently, in the beginning of September. And I visited Hanoi, I visited Ho Chi Minh, I visited to Da Nang, I visited to Vanna Hills, and I was really impressed by the people and by the country. I also understand that in textiles, Vietnam is making a lot of progress. Textile had been my field right from beginning. 38 years I had spent in textiles, and today I am pleased to tell you that Vietnam is the third largest exporter of textiles in the world after China and Bangladesh. India has lagged behind in textiles now because our thinking is now more on new technologies, new innovations. So we are working in that direction. And I believe Vietnamese are very keen to learn about the IT process, IT learning and all that. Am I right? Information technology, computers and all that. A lot of stress is there to learn on that.
Okay, let me also add to what sir has said. At present, we are the third largest economy in the world, and we have already crossed a surpass of 3 trillion economy. Right, so we are the third country who is now having the third largest economy in the world. And our special focus is now on space technology. You have already seen that we have reached the moon. Now we are in the process of building a space station also in days to come. And our Prime Minister has special focus on developing space technology so that we can also have our own space station in the space. Not to forget that we are primarily a agri-based economy. So our 4% of the gross domestic product, that is GDP, comes from the agri business, and remaining is from the service sector. So whether it is technology and technology, whether it is coming to manufacturing or information technology, India has a strong hold. Next to China, we are now the important destination for most of the countries to have their manufacturing hub in India. India has now got the center for manufacturing Apple iPhones. We have many Chinese companies also here available in India who are manufacturing different types of cell phones. You talk of IT hardware, you talk of IT software, you talk of iron industry, iron and steel industry, you talk of automobile industry. India is into it, and we are exporting lot many things from India to the rest of the world. So that's the state of affairs as far as India on the world map is concerned. And when you visit India, you will really feel that India is now different. And our special focus is on infrastructure development because we believe that if we have a good infrastructure, we will be able to do good business with the world. I hope we have been able to answer your question now.
True.
Thank you for your answer.
Welcome.
Can we have one more questions? Maybe the last one.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, my name is Fat, and I have a question for you. It is um, uh, what what major do most India students interesting?
Can you repeat the question once again?
What major do most students in India interesting?
Oh,
They
what he's
are, I
asking,
think,
I think, Dr.
asking
Nath, what he,
major. Yes, sir.
Majbin, what he is asking, what Indian students are willing to do or do after their completion of the course.
Is
Indian
it so?
students, yeah, I think this is what he's
Okay.
asking.
Okay, sir. Please go ahead.
Indian students, a number of Indian students today are focusing on starting new business ventures. A lot of venture capital is available to them to make their own startup. A number of students are joining the workforce in the industry and in the IT sector and in the service sector. And a number of students, they also focus in growing their own family business. So students are diversifying in all the directions. If you ask me a rough breakup, let me tell you maybe about 5%, 6% students are going to make their own startup, new business ventures. Maybe about 20-25% joining their own family business after doing graduation either in management or in engineering. And maybe about 60%, 70% are willing to join the workforce in the industry, either in the manufacturing sector or in the service sector. Does it answer your question?
Yes, thank you for your answer.
Thank you for the applause. And it shows that the student is very much interested. From the both sides, the students are participating. I really appreciate that. Should we move ahead? Then next is a remarkable session, which is a unique in the art session that is related to the student exchange, that is a virtual exchange. So now students of the Nahatarang University may directly interact to the students of Geetanathan International Business School. And I would request the students to please switch on the camera so that they can recognize
Excuse me, can I have a suggestion? Hello?
hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible to me.
Yeah, some internet problem I'm facing, so I've shifted to another system which we kept in backup. So now to move ahead, our students will be interacting, and student can directly ask questions with the student, and student from either international business school have to interact with them. It will be from both. The exchange should be from both sides. So, are you ready, all the students? Hello, now I'm back. My system. So, Should we move ahead with that? Okay, now I have received a request on chat box from Miss Lynn that we should play video first so that the student can have better understanding to discuss. It's okay. The student will get a better idea. You can share your video.
ऑडियो सिलेक्ट स्क्रीन वीडियो जो हाँ हाँ अभी उधर से अच्छा
I will be giving you rights. Right has been on. Madam Lynn, you already have a right, I think.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. We would like to share a video about Nha Trang University.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Ma'am, it's not audible.
Hello, excuse me, can you hear our audio?
No, we cannot hear your audio. But I think the same problem you are facing. You have to select.
शेयर पे जाएंगे तो वहाँ पे होगा कि इंटरनल ऑडियो शेयर कंप्यूटर
Okay. When you are seeing the share icon, then there is internal computer audio you need to select as an option. Include when you click the share button, then include computer sound. This is the same problem which where we stuck basically. Go to your share button, then include computer sound.
Knowledge is the key for a sustainable future. We, the sailors on the ship of knowledge, are ready to accompany you to sail the oceans, conquer your dreams, and serve the community. Welcome to Nha Trang University. Located in a world-class coastal city of Vietnam, Nha Trang University is a leading education center in fisheries and marine science and technology. With a history dating back to 1959, Nha Trang University has evolved into a full-fledged university with more than 15,000 students enrolling in over 30 bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degree programs across all fields of science, technology, engineering, business management, finance, languages, law, and so on. Our education aims to support students to discover their own potentials, develop professional capacity and enthusiasm for their careers. Therefore, our curriculums are well researched and developed by joint efforts of experienced specialists educators, businesses, and government representatives, with a balance between theory and practice. These programs have been accredited by prestigious organizations and are reviewed and updated annually. We have also created a system of advanced training programs in business administration, hotel management, tourism management, accounting, information technology, aquaculture, and aquatic products processing. These programs are tailor-made with many priorities in terms of learning conditions, scholarships, and a focus on foreign language learning and hands-on practice. With the ambition to rise to the top, Nha Trang University has steadily upgraded our academic input and output standards. We focus on cultivating independence, creativity, professionalism, and responsibility in an integrated environment. Students are provided with a comprehensive learning experience with highly qualified educators, diverse extracurricular activities, meaningful exchange programs, innovative research projects, exciting sports and cultural activities, and an effective network of employment and entrepreneurship support. The university endeavors to create and cultivate a sustainable and effective education ecosystem that provides a solid foundation for learners' comprehensive development. Alongside the multidisciplinary expansion, Nha Trang University maintains its focus on training and research in fisheries, marine science, and technology, which are the traditional strengths of the university. We have successfully established a couple of exclusive training programs in cooperation with one of the world's leading seafood corporations, sponsoring scholarships, employment securities for students majoring in aquaculture and seafood processing. We commit our resources to applied research and technology transfer. We are proud to have played a key role in driving the fisheries' economic development with acclaimed successes in transfer of processes and technologies for the aquaculture of many marine species, the production of chitin, chitosan, and other value-added extractions from aquatic byproducts. Our composite fishing vessels, cruise ships, floating restaurants, tourist boats, and many other products have been adopted widely in the region. Nha Trang University has thrived to become a partner trusted by many institutions, organizations, and universities around the world in joint education and research projects, international conventions and conferences, as well as academic exchanges. The university has successfully implemented numerous international projects, especially with strategic partners from Norway and other partners from the European Union, the USA, Australia, the ASEAN, Japan, China, and South Korea. The collaborations have gradually improved our quality closer to regional and international standards, thereby enhancing our competitiveness in the global education market. With the vision to become one of the leading universities in Asia in marine and fisheries, science and technology, we are willing to dedicate our best for the common purpose of education and knowledge creation toward a sustainable future for nature and humanity. Together, let's sail to wisdom.
which means there is a lot of sound.
Please wait for a
A promise is what you make to yourself. A promise to explore, innovate, and achieve. It's a driving force that leads you on a path of success. It's all about reshaping your skills, discovering your inspiration, and accelerating it further to uncover your inner potential. At Gibbs, we sow the seeds of the global leader, the leaders who behold the power of influencing the world with their expertise and experience. Our vision is to develop business management and law professionals to provide intellectual, emotional, and psychological leadership. Considering these factors, we offer 5 significant courses that are divided into MBA, MBA International Business, BBA First and Second Shift in Department of Management, and BBA LLB Integrated, BA LLB Integrated in Center for Legal Studies.
In a dynamic and ever-changing world, the real challenge is to stay relevant. The skill that is most valued in post-pandemic era is creativity. It is the creative solutions that help us in facing challenges. Can creativity flourish within the boundaries of classroom teaching? I don't think so. We at Gibbs create experiences that blur the boundaries between theoretical and practical knowledge. We believe in training professionals who can take decisions and bring positive changes. Come and experience the world with us, and let us together make your dream a reality.
We make sure that every student has access to grab all the opportunities that come their way. Here, you will witness diverse kinds of roles offered by companies in various sectors. A student-centric Industry Institute Partnership Cell, IIPC, brings corporate leaders and students on a common platform to be exposed to multiple opportunities in the professional world. The alumni portal of Gibbs connects all the alumni on one single platform, ensuring we are connected wherever we go. We call it the unity of Gibbs.
I personally believe professionalism is something which comes with the course of time, but faculty and the management of kids make sure with their entire curriculum, with their entire process they involve, a lot of personality development practices that they have done. I was able to see myself as a true professional, and that's kind of training they've given us throughout our course time duration, and even after that. In fact, if I talk about their placement cell, which I was a part of, I was a student coordinator of them. I was the first person I was placed, and then before my final exams were there, I was holding an offer.
We have different clubs and societies to nurture the talent, growth, and confidence of students.
Hi, my name is Kavya Budhiraja and I'm pursuing law from Geeta Ratan International Business School, Delhi. The reason as to why I chose Gibbs was because I was really fascinated looking at the ranking college holds. Gibbs is undoubtedly one of the top-notch colleges of GGSIP University, Delhi.
Round the year, intra-college and inter-college events are scheduled to give a platform to students to showcase their talent and release stress. These moments of cheer, celebration, and solidarity are what we treasure for our life. It's a promise of providing you everything at the finest. At Gibbs, we don't teach, we create leaders of tomorrow.
Hello. Um, Ma'am, so this was our corporate video, and would you like to show some videos, as you said, related to your tradition, or it's done from your side? Should we open the discussion of the students now?
I think we can open the discussion right now.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, students, please raise your hands and ask your question. Open your camera, and remember, this event is only, this will be successful only when you will have a good virtual interaction. Hello. Students of Nahataram University, please ask question.
For a few moments, we're waiting for questions from the student.
Questions stop. This one we are waiting for. Okay, fine.
I think our student is pretty shy. Do you want to start with the student from your side first? Sorry, you're on mute.
I'm saying students are same in the religion, hold some religion. So my students are also preparing and they will be asking questions.
बट वो मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे का बैकग्राउंड ये हमारे कॉलेज की है हाँ कोई ना बेकार है भाई
Please raise your hands. Are you there, Shivani, Akshar, Promise? Please raise your hand to ask your questions. Yes, someone has raised her hand. Let me see. Nishika Gupta. Nishika, please speak and ask your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am,
Yes,
am I audible?
Nishika. Yes, you are audible and we would love to see you. So could you please open your video, your camera, please?
Hello.
That's wonderful. Hello. Then go ahead, Nishika.
Ma'am, my question is, do the students have any advice for Indian students studying in Vietnam?
So you want to take advice from Nha Trang University's students for yourself?
Yes, ma'am. What advice would they give me if I were to study in Vietnam?
Okay. The student is asking that if they want to study in Vietnam, what will be their advice? Wait, Nishka, I would also like to ask a question from you. What advice would you like to give to students of Vietnam if they want to study at our place?
Hi, thank you for your questions. I'm working in international cooperation department, so I think I would answer these questions for you. So my advice that first you need to make sure that your English or at least Vietnamese skill is enough to communicate because currently we do not offer any study in English. So if international student want to study in Vietnam, at least they have to get a Vietnamese language certificate of B2. So if you cannot get the Vietnamese language certificate, I think it would be very hard for you to study in Vietnam. And secondly, I think you will have some culture shock in Vietnam, but don't worry because our young generation, our students are very friendly and willing to have international partners. We have so many international students coming to Nha Trang University every year from many countries such as Laos, France, some people from South Africa also, and none of them have any problem during their study here. So our lecturers and students are always opening to help if you have any problems. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, likewise, my advice for the Vietnamese students would be to, first of all, be familiar with the language that they're studying in, because there are so many states. So my advice would be to get familiar with the regional language, as well as English, of course. My second advice would be to prepare their stomachs for some spicy food, because has Indian food includes a lot of spice and it's very tasty.
Okay. So I think I need to have some ice-breaking activity for our students, because they have joined in masses. More than 100 students are there. So if you do not want to speak, could you please show your, could you please like to participate by sharing your best chosen emoji? Please share it in the chat box. And dear students of Nahataran University, if you have any questions in specific, we are here to answer you. Or should we move ahead with our program?
I think we can move ahead because we have some evening classes for the students. So most of the student is now joining their class.
Sure. Next time, I would like to include some of the virtual games with our students, so that the students may mingle among themselves. So, if we move forward, would like to invite Professor Ikta. She is with us, and she will be giving the concluding remarks. Before that, I would like to introduce her, and she is a professor at our institute, and she is having quite a large experience. Please wait. She is a prolific academician and associated with management, education, research, and administration for over 21 years. And she has also worked with Majan College, University College Muscat, Sultanate of Oman, affiliated university of Bedfordshire, UK. She holds a PhD degree from Department of Commerce, Lucknow University in the area of marketing. She has also completed her master's in business administration from Department of Business Administration, Lucknow University. Besides, she has also completed her MSc Information Technology and master's in computer application from Allahabad Agricultural Institute deemed university. She has authored 7 books and numerous research papers in journals of national and international repute. Ma'am, we welcome you, and please give us a concluding remarks and summarize this session, please.
Thank you, Anjali. At the outset, I welcome you all once again on the International Seminar on Exploiting Cultural Exchange through Country Information. I'm Professor Dr. Rastogi. I'm briefly summarizing the today's seminar. So today, the welcome and the introduction about the seminar was presented by Dr. Benjamin Banu, followed by a corporate video. Following it was an opening remarks by our Reverend Director, Mr. Vikas Nath, who emphasized on a rigorous student and faculty program to strengthen and enhance the intellectual capital by exchanging knowledge related to research, internship, training, seminar, conferences, workshops, and value-added courses. Following this was the opening remarks from the Vietnam side, in which the representative from Natharan University emphasized that the university has started collaborating since March 2023 in many areas where it is collaborating with many educational institutions in India, specifically in the region of marine sciences, product processing, fisheries industry, oil and languages, tourism, and business administration. Culture, heritage, and traditions. After this, Ms. Len has given a about the history of Vietnam, beautifully depicted that Vietnam is a country that is originated as a country of dragon and faith. She has talked about the beautiful legacy of the country having 4,000 years old history, and the shape of the country is in the letter S. She also emphasized the Golden Star and the 5 points showing the various categories like intellectuals, farmers, workers, entrepreneurs, and soldiers. Then she talked about the geographic aspects. In terms, she talked about the population is 99 million and the capital city is Hanoi. And because the distance between India and Vietnam is just 5 hours, so she has also invited if someone is interested in visiting the beautiful country. It is having 54 ethnic groups, and she also suggested the traditional costumes of Vietnam like Baba, Dao, Ede, and Tutan. I'm really sorry if the pronunciation is wrong. She talked about the values and beliefs. She mentioned about the cuisines and the family style meal, which is a culture of Vietnam. She talked about the contribution in the area of international relations, where she had talked about ASEAN Chair 2020, and she said the role of Vietnam in expanding the ASEAN Summit and also working as the coordinator for the ASEAN China Summit, and bilateral international trade relations have also enhanced between India and Vietnam. After such beautiful presentation by Ms. Lin, we had the opportunity of our Vice Chairman, Mr. Anirudh Jindal, who shared his wonderful experience visiting Vietnam, cities like Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi. And he also emphasized that the culture of India is same as the culture of Vietnam. And he also congratulated the organizer on both the institutions or twin institutions for the great success of the seminar. It was followed by a presentation that was given by Professor R.K. Gupta from Gitarathan International Business School. He talked about the rich culture of India, talking about the colors of flags of India, where saffron shows strength, white shows peace and chastity, the chakra shows the dharma, and the green shows the fertility. He talked about 2,000 ethnic groups, states, and union territories. He talked about the vast coastline of India, the neighboring countries, the weather, the natural resources, the currency, the national animal, the national fruit, the national bird, Indian scientist, and how the Indian economy is undergoing a transformation under the able leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Mr. Modi. He also emphasized on the growth of the various sectors like information technology, automobiles, agriculture sector. He emphasized the importance of yoga, ancient languages like Sanskrit. He also quoted reverend poets like Rabindranath Tagore, and in the end he talked about a temple, Matan Temple, which is present in the beautiful state of Jammu and Kashmir in Anantnag, which is also recognized as the UNESCO Heritage Site. After this, there were some remarks that were given by our learned director. He said that Vietnam is the third largest exporter of textiles in the world, and India is going to become the third largest economy, and India is really gearing up to do a lot in the area of space research. Following this, there were informal sessions where there had been corporate videos that have been showcased by the University of Vietnam as well as India, so that there is more affinity and bonding and a clarity that is there in between the twin institutions. Lastly, I would like to say that I'm very sure that today's national seminar under the MOU between University of Nha Trang, Vietnam and Gitarathan International Business School, India is undoubtedly a very promising and a fruitful event to initiate, foster and embark strong ties to promote following areas: research, knowledge enhancement, knowledge exchange, knowledge creation, collaboration, value-added activities, cultural exchanges, enhancing the employability quotients of the students and the faculty members. And certainly, I'm very sure that this event is going to be a landmark event in creating a win-win situation for all the faculty members of both the universities as well as the students. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the confidence. And ma'am is also a convener of International Collaboration Department of our institute. There is a quick message from Director's Office, and he has joined us directly. So, welcome you back, sir.
Thank you so much, Miss Lynn. I would like to communicate with you on certain aspect because I would not like to miss this opportunity. So, with your permission, can we go ahead, Miss Lynn?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay, there are a few things on which I would like to discuss regarding our memorandum of understanding and further collaborative activities. First thing first, we are coming up with one international conference in the month of January in India. And I would like to invite the faculty members of the university to participate in this. And we would like that some of the tracks may be handled by the faculty of your university. So they can go in for presenting the papers, or they can be the keynote speakers in that particular conference. I would like to share the topic. The topic is creating agility in business and technology with special reference to innovative legal and managerial strategies. So this is one international conference coming up in the month of January at our end. And we can have online session with your faculty participating in this particular conference. So this is an invitation from our side to you and the faculty members at Nha Trang University, Vietnam. Secondly, we propose that we have got 3 journals where we go in for publishing the papers. One is a journal of law, that is Gibbs Law Journal. So we invite legal research papers in that particular journal. Then second is Journal of Global Information and Business Strategies. So we invite management papers in this particular journal. And third is a journal where we go in for publishing papers of faculty members and students together. So that is known by the name of Anusandhan. Now, these are journals where we contribute lot many research articles and research papers. And I will be glad to give an invitation to the faculty members of Nha Trang University and students of Nha Trang University to collaborate and write certain research papers in different areas of management and law. So that's an invitation from our side. We would be glad to have quality papers from your side, which can bring in international publications for your faculty and students at our end. Moving ahead, we can also go in for a 2-week summer school at our campus, wherein the students of Nha Trang University can come for 2 weeks to our country, and we'll be glad to show them different industries and places of importance, especially our monuments, where they can get a live experience to see the culture of India and meet Indians here. That will be great for them. So these are few of the proposals which I put forward to you for consideration, and we'll be glad to take these proposals further. Over to you.
Thank you for your proposal and invitations. I will definitely report everything to my director, but we still need a formal email from your school to our department so that we can submit it to our rectors and ask for a detailed plan so that we could come up with the plan and send it back to you. Would that be okay for you?
That's fine. We'll be sending you the email and invitations, and we look forward for a joint international conference together where you can partner with us, and together we can go ahead with this international conference as a first landmark event after this online seminar on a larger scale.
Yes, we would love to join.
So, Mijbeen,
Thank
it's
you,
over
sir.
to
Thank
you.
you, sir. Very much, very much. It was very much important to give information to our MOU partner. We have the policy to keep you informed and engaged in all our activities so that a complete enhancement of students and faculties could be taken up, and not only the enhancement of the students part of just cultural exchange or something like that, but we are moving one step ahead. We are planning to have in cooperation and collaboration and to strengthen in towards the research area also. So would be happy if you can contribute in that. And this was the message which we might be missing. And thank you so much, Director Sir, for coming again and giving me opportunity to welcome you back again. So with this note, and we really enjoyed the whole session. Would like to thank you, Ms. Lynn, who was in continuously in coordination with me, the student team with me, the IT support with me, and the powerful support which I got from the management, from our vice chairman sir, from director sir, from dean academic sir, and they all joined, and special surprise from the vice chairman sir, who is generally very busy, and who took a time to address this session. And students interaction was the main agenda, which I think which was achieved after this session. There was a quite good Q&A session. So with this note that we will meet again virtually or physically, we'll be ending this session. Thank you so much everyone for joining this session.
Thank you so much. I also want to say thanks to all the staff, lecturers and professors from Gitaratan International Business School for coming today, sharing with us a lot of valuable information about your country cultures. And yeah, I think it would be better for us to organize some seminar like this, but I mean in person, so that we wouldn't have to experience some technical issues, and it is better for us to discuss and exchange information face to face. So we all welcome all of you to go to Nha Trang University for a seminar, and we also trying to send our student and staff to your school in the near future. Thank you so much.
Can everyone
Thank you.
open the camera and we can have a virtual goodbye session?
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so
Bye
much.
bye.
And we'd
See
like to
ya,
have
thank
one joint
you.
photograph so that we can capture it in our memories.
What do you say when we want to say bye in Vietnamese language?
We say tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Yes, yes,
Tạm biệt.
amazing.
Tạm biệt.
Tạm biệt.
Bye bye.
So, Mehjabeen, go ahead for a photograph so that we can capture the photograph.
Yes, I'm requesting all the students to please join the bye-bye session. At least open your video and let's say bye and have a great photograph.
The face should be visible.
Appreciating a lot. Thank you so much, dear students, to join. Please open your camera. Bye.
See ya, tạm biệt.
See ya, tạm biệt.
Bye-bye, Tambi. I hope the photograph has been taken. We have captured
Yes,
the
sir, taken.
memories.
Yes, sir, taken.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Looking forward to meet you again and very soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
Please leave the meeting.
People